well. Look who decided.
Heads up, I'm currently live.
Okay, Rico, I know you're live. Why do you think I'm calling you?
Oh, very well. I was gonna hop on the voice chat in the server. You welcome to join me there?
Okay, you want me to head over there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me head over there. BRB.
What are you doing up so early?
Do you want to know the truth, or do you
Sure.
want the version?
Hit me with the truth. Can't sleep?
I'm pretty fucking depressed about society, life in general, and feeling old. 28, feeling pretty hopeless.
One
On
tell.
this cold Friday morning.
What's poppin'?
Hey, cruising. Well, you hold on. Cruising, you just stand by for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
How old you say you were, panty thief?
28.
Well, let's see. I could give you some. I could give you some generic, feel-good, power positivity statements, or we could just talk until you feel better.
What did you get?
I mean,
Is
just
everything
like,
okay?
it's just like, it's weird, but it's like, even things that are innocent, whatever. I'm crying. Ignore me. I'm just
No,
gonna mute myself.
no. Go ahead and cry. Let it out.
It's like
Go
even
for it.
things like Star Wars that I used to care about when I was younger. It's like it's all poisoned now. It's like you go online and 50% of shit is fucking AI bots generating all this hate, and then 50% of it is just,
Oh, so you saw
dude,
that? You saw that too? That over half the internet is just is bots.
I already knew that. I've been telling people because on Facebook I started seeing these AI generated like anti woke, anti like left to Star Wars articles that were written by bots, and I was like, these are articles, whole articles that are anti left, anti black, anti women, anti gay, anti everything, written by AIs, interacted with by AIs, and then also interacted with by conservative dudes. And then we're all supposed to act like this is fucking normal and this is how humans see humans. And it's just not true. Humans are empathetic. That's why gay rights are the way they are. It's why we have diversity in the USA. It's not an anomaly that's been forced upon us. We chose to do this. And now we're giving up our empathy for what? A guy who claims he's not on the Epstein list? I just don't get it. What's going on with the
Uh,
world?
what I can tell you is this much. Um, I'm pretty plugged in myself, and once upon a time, this shit used to drive me just as fucking mad, depressed, sad, angry, and I realized it wouldn't
Next, let's
it
go
would it
to.
wasn't doing me no good. Cause
Does
I
anything does
no
anything
If
do
I
you
may
good except
point,
going out on the beach and going in enjoying a fucking beautiful day in the sun?
But here's the thing: when you're so plugged in and isolated that you can't even enjoy your own life anymore, like your own just the things you did enjoy, now you can't enjoy it anymore. You're too plugged in.
I'm
You
not
get
even
what?
isolated. I
mm-hmm.
have family. I have friends. I have people in my life that I interact with. And
And
that's
yet,
part of it. It's like all the guys I interact with. They all say the same shit. Like my brother-in-law, fucking, he just said this comment yesterday where he's just like, "Oh, this lesbian woman. He saw this lesbian woman. He's just like, oh, what a shame. Like another loss for guys. And I'm just like,
Yikes.
why do you have to say these comments that drill in my brain? And I think about when I'm by myself. Like the majority of women are straight. Why do you have to comment on the few gay women? It makes me scared to exist as a person attracted to women. And then I just feel crazy. And that's the whole thing.
It
It's just like the
seems
world is
One,
that
unsafe.
you're just
one, one second.
overwhelming yourself.
Hold
I
that thought.
am overwhelmed.
Hold that
I
thought. Hold
am
that thought.
overwhelmed.
Um, Give me a second. Angelina Serini. I don't know if you're still there. Good morning. Zeno, good morning. Haku. Fucking. If. Like I said, I just use myself as an example. If I let the crazy shit I've seen or had said to me or such and such get to me, I'd have gone crazy by now because I've heard a lot of insane shit. I've been called a lot of insane things. I That's just par for the fucking course. And going back to what I was saying before, it's I don't mean literal isolation. I also mean isolation of the mind. Uh, do you talk to anybody about how you're feeling like this?
Yeah, I mean, I have a therapist. I have a family member that's always asking about me, and I have a roommate that's always talking to me.
You got people that
It's like
care.
it's the larger things that are bothering me right now. If it
Yeah,
would be all the small things, it's the grand scheme of things. It's this feeling, this morbid. In Star Wars, when they say I got a bad feeling about this, I have that feeling about our society right now. I
yeah,
have a bad feeling about how we're treating other people. I have a bad feeling about the next 15 to 20 years of humanity in the USA. I have a
yeah,
bad feeling about gay rights and everything.
yeah.
It's, I mean,
And you,
I live in Massachusetts.
Man,
This is
it's like
supposed to be the
this.
land of the free. We're supposed to have best gay rights, best migrant rights, best everything. People are
Let
getting
me
ice called on them. People are everything's crazy here.
yeah. On that note, and Christopher, the reason why I keep cutting you off because I wasn't expecting. The reason we were in a private call at
I'll be quiet.
first.
I'll be quiet now. Ignore me.
No, no,
I'm
no,
gonna be quiet for the rest of the night. So
I
no. It's we were in a private call before. I wasn't expecting anybody else to be awake this at this hour. Honestly, um, I'm so sorry for keep that. I just wanted to let you know I'm no hard feelings here. I'm just trying to get some thoughts out before we dual input this because this is a
mm-hmm.
delicate
No,
subject
do
and
what you gotta do, dog. Do what you gotta do.
okay. On that note, fucking, it is overwhelming how fucked things are. I it didn't and it did not used to be this bad. Like yeah, shit's always been bad to some extent. Like there's always been some kind of bad thing going on in some way, shape, or form. That's just life and how life has always been. All throughout history. But fucking shit in the past 6 months alone, it's been nothing but wave after wave after wave of insert bad thing here, and it's
yeah,
overwhelming.
and then you're stupid and naive and this and you're that for caring about human life.
Yeah,
If
it
I
well,
may say something,
yeah, no, my point is this: is when your concern for others and the world writ large turns into a poison inside of you, like when it starts to uh do to you what it's doing right now, that is you're at a point where, as I like to call it, for lack of better words, you're caring too much. There, you need a certain level of detachment from the evils and injustices of this world because if you don't, you're either going to go out and do something very, very bad, uh, or to others or to yourself. One or the
Nah,
other. You,
Um,
you, you
I'm
get what I'm
just gonna
saying?
I'm gonna keep reading Star Wars books. I'm gonna keep writing fan fictions and
Mm-hmm.
doing my own thing. However, you
frame
know,
this from
1 second, Chris. One second. Let her talk.
no, it's okay. I should be quiet anyways. I don't really have
No, no,
anything to add.
no.
I'm a non-violent person. I just chill. It's like
um,
I just listen to emo music and I write and I think about humans and I try to give people different perspectives. Why did I recommend Jedi Fallen Order to you? Because
Mm-hmm.
I think that Star Wars inherently has offered a lot to black people. And you
Oh, for
might get
sure.
upset about that. I'm part black, so for me, Lando.
may
Hey,
There's just so many
I don't know.
characters that
You know,
have all
you,
of the clones are indigenous, all of them. And even if Bad Batch, the TV show, is
I
whitewashed, every single clone is supposed to be an indigenous person. And there's so much of this vast universe to give to people. And
the thing is,
I can
and
give someone a perspective of Star Wars with none of the like every nowadays it's hard to get Star Wars without this like 13-year layered bullshit of like
yeah,
this is all I've experienced and I love it
if
for these reasons
may
and
I bring
you
a
have to love it for these reasons too. No, I don't want you to have that. I want you to see Andor. I want you to see out Star Wars Outlaws. I want you to see the new shit that is exciting to people and to see the life in your eyes without this voice in your head that's like, oh, this is woke now, or this is
yeah.
different from
Uh,
the old
I
shit.
I'm gonna tell
It's
you
really
right now.
not different.
Before I let you speak, Cruising Vibes, I'm just gonna say one last thing on that exact note. Two things actually. One, thank you for getting me into this fucking game. And getting me into Star Wars. I really do appreciate that. It's more than you know. I've had nothing but fun. Excuse me, this entire time playing from Fallen Order to Survivor. I've had nothing but fun experiencing this world, this story, these characters, and I and I think about you
It
often.
really takes you out in the beginning, right? You're like, Cal is so
I,
boring
nah,
at the
he's not.
beginning.
At the
You're like, how
beginning,
am I
he's just
supposed
a.
to get
He's
into
just
this guy?
no.
And
He's
then you just feel it at some
yeah.
point. You're like, man, this guy is a really good human being.
Yeah. No,
I'm here.
I like him a lot. I like all of what it was I've experienced thus far, and I have you to thank for that, sincerely. Like, that's what I want you to start doing, is because trust me, I hear shit like that all the fucking times, right? Like when I was playing Dragon Age Veilguard, I had nothing but dipshits rolling in, fucking trying to shit
that was
on it,
true.
trying to shit on it and me, for playing this disgustingly woke game and yada yada yada, and it's I don't I've learned I have taught myself to just if I don't outright mock them, I just don't give a shit. I
I
You
have
just
seen
gotta
I
learn to block it out.
see Dragon Age people, and Lord give you strength.
Angelina, good to see you.
If I may,
Go ahead, Crucifix. I'm sorry
if
for all that.
may I?
Yes.
So, coming from somebody who, so first off, I'm just going to make this statement. You need to learn to block it out.
Here we
And
go.
before
Idle
either of
feeling
you say anything
conversation.
about like it being
Yeah.
everywhere,
Me
this is
neither.
coming from a schizophrenic, right? Who is forced to deal with this on a daily, but compared to people who just find this, it's from my perspective, I see it that if you just learn to block it out, it will just be less of an issue. Like,
Yeah.
I understand what it's like to be overwhelmed. I definitely understand what it's like to be overwhelmed by stuff. But eventually, you just
Okay,
gotta
Cal.
find that little
We're coming
corner
in.
that you see that has that little nightlight, and you just gotta stay there and ignore it.
I I'll piggyback off of that, right? Fucking, it's like I said, I know it's a lot. I understand caring and being heartbroken and horrified. I understand. I get it. But Lord have mercy. Yeah, no, I'm with cruising on this one. I'm like I have to tune out at least some of it. At least some of it. I'm glad to hear you got friends and family, like that you're not alone in the world. You know what I mean? You aren't just taking on the world alone and letting it drive you mad. But you
And no,
can't
I'm too
you
old for that.
yeah, but you can't let what's going on in the world and what other people are saying and doing suck the life out of not just you but the things you enjoy. There are always going to be
I
Hmm.
just
there's always going to be a bunch of mouth breathing dipshits who are going to say the shit that they're going to say.
You
And
just gotta learn to
you,
block it
you
out.
you can either mock them like I do. That's my defense mechanism at this point. I just straight up fucking mock these dipshits. Um, like like for example, I don't know if you heard Haku and Angelina had a question. Does your friend think Keanu Reeves would play a great Darth Raven or Revan? I would hope so. He'd play a good anything, but because it's fucking Keanu Reeves.
Well,
But
I
guys,
disagree with that
stop,
statement, but
stop,
continue.
like stop with the nepotism. Like
ah,
enough with the Keanu Reeves. Enough with the Henry Cavill. Enough. Like
let some new people shine.
I just
get some new people, some new wealth. Let's get some new jobs. We don't need to keep repeating the same
well, the thing
people,
is,
the same
Keanu Reeves,
roles
even in his
over and
younger
over
acting years,
again.
had some shit roles.
Yeah, he did
Fucking
have some.
the dude who played Superman. Let's get this guy in some stuff. We
Yeah,
let's out with the old,
Like,
in with the new, and then the older people they can get rotated in. Like
uh,
it's like I just don't get this worship of
like
celebrities.
yeah.
It's weird. It's we're keeping them around
putting
too long.
It's easy
I don't
money
get it.
it's easy money as far as
it's easy
producers are
money.
concerned.
Keanu Reeves is a
And
genuinely
there's a
good
movie
human being.
Keanu Reeves
That's
played
my
in that
only
makes
thing
that
with him.
point.
He's a good guy. So for me, it's like, yeah, I want Keanu Reeves in as much as possible because he has that positive impact on everybody that he meets. But
Yeah.
also, when it comes to other actors, I don't feel the same way. I don't want Henry Cavill and everything. I don't want the dude from fucking Spider Man, the third version of Spider Man. What's his name? The little British guy.
Tom Holland.
I don't want Tom. I don't want more Tom Holland. I'm all set. I'm all set on Tom Holland. I'm all set on Henry Cavill. I'm all set on a bunch of these little British actor men that they send over to us for some reason. And I'm
Yeah.
like, am I expected to like this? They're all the fucking same. I don't want this shit. I
Mm,
want some new shit. I want more of Chadwick Boseman before he sadly passed away. Like I want that energy was good. I loved Killmonger's energy
yeah.
and Black Panther. I loved that era of Marvel. It's so weird how it changed so fast, isn't it? It's
Time,
like
time flies, I tell you. But what I was saying
But
before,
yeah, let me tell you.
give me a second. What I was saying before, um, I went viral recently, Haku,
oh yeah,
on Twitter. Someone had said this is give you a prime example of what I mean and how I deal with the shit I see and the shit people say to me. I went viral to the tune of like 90,000 likes, fucking thousands of retweets. You know the score. Um, fucking what was said was this. What the person I replied to had said, um, that to solve the fertility crisis or the declining birth rates and shit, uh, we need to make women completely economically dependent on one man. In other words, because this is I'm sure you've maybe heard of the further trend of guys arguing that women shouldn't be in the workplace and shouldn't have the right to vote, such and such, that women should belong to men essentially. And
yes.
my reply was I would rather watch mankind go extinct than live in a world like this. So fuck you and every one of you fuck ass losers who wants this. Keep your enslave all women fetish to yourselves. Again, it went viral and attracted a lot of thank yous, a lot of people agreeing with me, but of course it also attracted a lot of people who very much did not agree with me, who I promptly shit on at every fucking turn and had fun doing it. Uh,
I could feel it in your energy.
oh yeah,
Big time.
I had a blast fucking clowning on each and every last one of those dipshits because I'm like it's an indefensible position. So when they try to defend it, I literally just boiled it down. My replies are just boiled down to go fuck yourself, buddy. And one guy in particular said, "Oh, you'd kill all of mankind." Uh, rather than let women be taken care of by their loving husbands. I said, and my reply was, brother, I'd kill you for less, honestly.
I'd kill you for a piece of bread. The fuck?
Like the fuck don't. But I got suspended for that, so they made me delete that tweet. But I digress. I had a lot of fun with that. It's that I have come to accept that fuck ass mouth breathing dipshits are always going to exist. There in the age of the internet, it's given every piece of shit in the world a microphone. Not just everyone a microphone, but every piece of shit in the world a microphone. And the best thing we can do is point, laugh, mock them, and just like collectively shit on them in every way, shape, and form. Make it abundantly clear that you're what you believe is not acceptable. Who you are, you should be ashamed of who and what you are. And
yeah, it's like
because if we're yeah, give me 1 second, I'm almost done. If we're quiet, because if we quietly just take this shit, right, the increasing belligerence and of these assholes, they will get comfortable. They will think that they can say whatever they want, that they can fucking ruin every hobby, that they can just be their worst selves with impunity. And I personally refuse to let that happen. Now I'm going down swinging. I'm going to shit on you, even if only one person hears it. I'm gonna let you know that shit ain't cool.
Well,
that's how
my
I deal
view
with it.
is my view is not how you focus on the problem. It's how you deal with the problem that matters, right? It doesn't matter as much as people noticing the problem, how they react to it and adapt to that issue, or just let it sit and fuck with their lives. It's all about adaptation. And you just gotta adapt, man. That's the way I say it.
So fucking true. With the adaptation. I have work at 3 a.m. I work 3 to 18 tomorrow. Wait, what? 3? Imagine. No. I work 10 to 8. Yeah.
Hey, Rico.
1 second. Haku, think maybe we should get some sleep, buddy? Since you work so early?
Thinking about it. I'm also a little drunk, so I'm trying to sober up and drink some agua before I go to bed, so I don't feel like when I wake up and not wake up to my alarm and all that shit. Hydration gets the gyration, what they say.
I want your thoughts on something, Rico.
I'll go for it.
I had this conversation with Wagner, and so, as we know, gender dysphoria is a mental disorder, right?
Yes.
Why aren't we treating it as a mental disorder instead of letting them like destroy their body for people who want to like transition, wouldn't it be better for us to let them like feel comfortable in their own skin than remove like body parts and give them medication that
Actually,
they're
hold
gonna have
on,
to take?
hold on.
Counter
It
argument.
just
Allow me,
pause that for a
Rico,
second. Yeah,
Rico, let me take this one. I
you
know
got.
you want to take it. Let me take this one. As a lesbian who used to be a trans guy,
Mm-hmm.
that's a common talking point, right? But we live in a society where like Harry Styles can't wear a dress without having like literally millions of men calling him the F word and demasculating him, right? We're not in a world where we can like it, people it's conservatives who pushed trans people towards medicalization. It's not trans people who wanted to medicalize and get surgeries and change their bodies. If they could just live a life where they could just do whatever they wanted and they could chill and nobody would make comments, they would do that. But that's not reality. But like people like Blair White, right? She's the most accepted, loved trans person to conservative people. Look at her, right? Millions
Well,
of
my
dollars.
point is
No,
that
no,
like
that's
instead of
what I was
like
about to say. I know the point he's actually. So first off, gender dysphoria was declassified as a mental disorder. In other words, it's no longer considered a mental disorder. I meant to tell you that because I just remembered as you were saying all that. I was like, oh wait, no, it's no longer a mental seen as a mental disorder. Good to see
I
you,
see,
Chewy. Good
because
to
like
see you,
me and Ray
Zero.
have had this full on conversation without that knowledge.
Yeah, it's not a mental disorder anymore. Second, um, people, how should I say? Let's put a pin in and put it to the side for a moment. The social acceptance of trans people. And just gender non-conforming people in general, just like Harry Styles and such. Um, why people transition, like actually go through the full medical transition, by and large, is generally because they don't feel
Uncomfortable.
like comfortable in their own bodies, right? Like this doesn't feel like
Mm-hmm.
my body, the body I should have, and so they pursue the surgeries necessary to having the bodies that they should have. Oh, like
Well,
it's like akin to how people get cosmetic surgeries to, like if they're balding, they want hair, so they get the hair
Yeah, yeah,
implant
yeah,
surgeries.
exactly. I was literally just thinking that. Like,
It's
are you against
well, this is
it's
MPK getting a
this
hair
is how I see it.
transplant?
yeah, it's the gender, it's gender conforming surgery. You know what I
Yes,
I'm going
mean?
to
exactly,
point out
exactly.
a thought I had what before I knew the knowledge of it being a not being a mental disorder, right?
Right.
So this is how I thought about it. If now we're going back to the topic that it was, because this is what my point was, right? If say if it's more normal to cut out body pieces instead of supporting them and making them feel like they deserve it.
They d-
What is the difference between that and letting someone with schizophrenia run free instead of being locked in?
Oh, okay. So put it to you like this: if I had to explain the difference here, right? So
Mm,
if there was, let me ask you a question: if there was a surgery you could get that would effectively get rid of your schizophrenia, would you take it?
with my knowledge of stuff that they've tried to do, that would no
No, I said if
whatsoever.
there,
No.
I said it like this is a hypothetical. If there was a
Oh, well
surgery
then
that would be guaranteed to get rid of your schizophrenia, like it is successful, it'll work, it'll get rid of your schizophrenia. Would you take it?
that's I have a. This is a talk for a different way, but in a way, no.
I mean, there's a whole documentary that you should watch. It's interesting, Rico. It's called "Society Should Be More Schizophrenic" or something like that.
Okay.
It talks about how schizophrenia is a natural reaction to the looming presence of the government in our digital life, in our personal life,
That's
in every
what.
aspect of our life.
What?
No. Okay. So here going
You've never heard of
before
this? I can send it to you if you're
I've
interested.
never heard of that myself. But before I get into that, I wanted to, what I was trying to clarify to cruising here is that okay, you wouldn't take the surgery, you'd live with your schizophrenia. That is not the case for trans
I have
people.
my own reasons.
That is not the case for trans people. The effectively the cure, or as it stands, the cure for gender dysphoria, the the way for them to feel happy with who they are, with their own bodies and such, is to transition, and so they do. Most most report happiness and success, and like they feel
But
better. They feel better about
but that's
themselves. They
my
feel
point.
They
This is
feel
the point I was trying to
healthier.
get to.
Yeah,
This is the point I was trying to get to. There's still that percentage of people who regret, as well as like can't hold up to the sustain, to the medication that they are having to take to stay the way they are.
yeah.
And my
But
view
those
is
people,
that why change and like depend on a medication that could fuck your life up without it? Why depend on that when you could just have a different support system?
this I put it to you like that.
That 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 that, that
No, no,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's twofold. It's twofold on that one. Um, I have said this before, and I'll say it again. As a man and a very big, hairy, muscular man, even if I even if I did identify or wanted to identify as trans, I wouldn't, because it just wouldn't be worth it to me. It would, like, to me personally, it would not be worth the effort, the change necessary to my body, and especially not the stigma that would come upon me, because I'm 100% certain I would not pass, so to speak. Haku knows what I'm talking about with regards to passing and non-passing trans people, but that's a when people refer to passing cruising, is like you look at you look at them and you never know.
So let's just cut through the bullshit, right? So when I'm a girl and I'm into all these things and I'm doing all these things and I'm into other women, there's just all these men that are like, "Oh, you should
One second, one
do
second, one
everything."
second.
Let me talk real quick.
No, no, he had to mute himself. He's doing something.
Do you get what I'm saying? No.
I get what you're saying.
People force other people to be trans. Trans people don't just go, "Oh, I'm trans." Gender identity exists, and trans people exist within it. It's a framework that already exists, and we are just trying to navigate it. I am a trans person. I never stopped being trans. I might have stopped taking testosterone, but it was a personal choice that I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. But it didn't make me less trans. I still have gender issues. I still have
Yeah.
gender dysphoria. I
No,
still
I
have
get
freaking
that.
No, no, no.
issues.
I was trying to say.
I
I wasn't
agree
trying to
with
say
you.
that. I
When
wasn't
I
trying to
took,
say that you were less trans.
I'm talking at
I did.
Oh, no, no, no.
I didn't say
Hold
that
on. No,
either.
no, no, no. Hold on, hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kaku. I'm sorry.
I'm talking at cruising right now. I took shrooms and I had this whole thing where I felt like I talked to God and I was like, I can't take testosterone anymore. I can't do this to myself anymore. And I just completely stopped taking all that stuff. And I still haven't taken it since that period. Right? But it hasn't helped. It hasn't changed anything. It didn't fix anything. It didn't change my reality. It didn't give me an alternate perspective. I was better off just taking my medication and just doing my thing, working out, being a dude, chilling. But instead, I forced myself to go through this whole mental breakdown. Oh, God wanted me to be a woman and all this stuff, and I shouldn't have taken
Right.
testosterone. I was happy
I'm
when I was taking
Hold
testosterone,
on.
going to the gym, had a girlfriend, etc. When I was younger, as a girl, I had so many different people telling me, "Oh, girls don't do this and girls don't do that and girls
I don't think you're
act like."
understanding what I'm asking.
No.
Until
Well,
gays
let her
are accepted,
let her finish. Then you can continue with clarify what you meant. Cruising vibes.
until gay people are accepted and men and women can wear the clothing that they want to from a young age, and this is the most important part, until a like a 10-year-old kid can go into a place and say, I want to wear these clothing, and for this reason, and the parent doesn't choose for them. Until that happens in our society, trans people are going to continue to exist. Trans people sprout
The,
these parental desire to control their children. It's not
You
just trans,
and I and
it's
I, and I
taking
gotta
different shapes
and I gotta
all
stop.
throughout
I gotta
society.
stop you there because you there are a lot of, how should I say, for you, it's, I don't want to say that you're wrong. I'm saying that what you're saying is a lot of different things that, like, how should I say? Yes, trans people are always going to exist, and they always have existed. I see.
right.
I think we can agree with that. Trans people have always are and
Take
have always
take
existed.
different shapes, right? You have like priests who cut off their winkies because they're like, "Oh, this is sin." That's
What
that's
I
pretty
believe you both
offensive.
missed my point here.
That's what I'm
Like,
trying to understand. What are you trying to say, Cruiser Vibes?
Why, instead of getting a support system to make you feel better in your own body, why would you go out of your way to do the surgery? It's not removing body parts that's bothering me. It's the fact that you're forcing yourself on medication. For most people, you may not be that way. I
Oh,
have a lot of trans friends who have been through the medication process where they have not been able to afford the medication, they've not been able to take the right prescription of the medication, or if they took different medications because it was a different brand, and it more or less did more negative things to them than positive when it came down to it.
yeah. No, I was gonna say on that note. Then it's twofold. One, if you when you refer to a support system, I like. Do you mean in your personal life or do you mean societal wide?
Both.
In which case, personal life, that's not always easy to come by. You know what I mean? Fuck, most trans people just get disowned, just straight up disowned by their own families. It's hard to
No,
find.
yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean? It's hard to just find
do
that.
you actually get it, cruising? Do you get it as a person who's
I'm
non-trans?
bisexual,
Do
and
you get it? Are you
my
I,
family is
do
I,
you get
Baptist.
it? Have you
no, no,
experienced it?
no,
Have you
no.
experienced what it's like to have a whole like 30 to 70% of your family just completely not talk to you, just
Yes,
completely
Yeah,
ghost you out of your existence because you changed from a he to a she or a she to a
you
he?
do realize my
yeah, no.
family only talks to me because I'm at a location. That's it.
I'm gonna need y'all.
I
All right,
don't get any conversation with my family whatsoever.
I'm gonna need y'all.
Gender
No,
stuff is
no,
one of the most complicated human things that have ever
And
existed.
I'm trying to understand it. I'm just trying
yeah,
to
that's why,
understand.
and that's what I'm saying, Hako. I'm gonna need you to. I'm gonna need. No disrespect. I'm gonna need you to dial it back. He's not trying to be hostile.
I'm not trying to be hostile either, but he keeps saying the same thing over and over again,
He's trying.
and
Because I don't understand it.
He's
and
trying.
it's like the chicken before the egg, right? The trans people, in part, at least a portion of them exist because they do not have a stable basis.
On that note, I think you misunderstand a bit there. Like, do not exist. They exist because they don't have a stable basis. Doesn't make any sense to me.
There's all kinds of different trans people, right? There's non-binary people. There's
Yeah.
people who are
This is not the
trans
point
Hold
I'm
on,
medicalists.
hold
making
on. No,
whatsoever.
no. Cruising
A
vibes.
trans medicalist is a person that thinks all trans people, if they're to look up trans medicalists, they believe
Yeah,
all trans people in society need to be taking medicine. They need to be
yeah,
on testosterone or estrogen, right? So I agree with you. We should have a society where people are not taking medicine and they're affirming their old gender and their new gender and they're able to explore themselves, right? But then there's also a large group of people that are pivoting and advocating for the exact opposite, that are saying if you're going to be a trans person in this society, you need to take testosterone, you need to get your boobs removed, you need to get your D removed, you need to do all this stuff, and if you don't do it, you're not really trans, and you're
I'm not.
taking it,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
etc.
I've seen those. I've seen those. But
I'm
Yeah,
cruising
more
vibes.
so talking about the issues at hand when said trans person does not have the means to get the medication
So
to
you're
keep
asking.
them
So are you asking?
like
So
stable.
that's what I'm trying to understand is, are you asking what are they supposed to do? The people who can't like take the medication, surgeries, this, that, and the third. Is that what you're is like? Is that what
So,
you're asking?
so I have a friend named Percy. He is a trans. He was from female to male. Recently, he started having issues getting his medication, right?
Right.
And it's going to cost him an extra like $60 an arm and a leg just to get it. And it made me think to myself, because like he was fighting like for that because like and I thought to myself, they're willing to make sure like I don't understand like putting all this medication in your body instead of
Is
having a therapeutical support system that's more or less the same
you
without
then
physical
Claire?
That's
movement.
the medical aspect.
Then correct me if I'm wrong. If I miss correct me if I'm misunderstanding you here on this point. It sounds like you take issue with the medical side of it.
Yes,
Okay,
what it does to them.
what it does to people, for better or worse, that's what you oppose
I
is
have
or at least take
friends.
issue with.
Yes, I have friends who have had their whole so I'm going to all right. So, Fanny Thief, you're a fan of Cyberpunk. I believe we had this conversation, right?
Me or Haku?
No, Fanny Thief, Haku.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
So you know the whole point of it is the fact that V is afraid of becoming someone else, right? But the thing is that he doesn't notice it. Now, I'm not talking about like going from a male strider to a female. I'm talking more, stay slowly getting mental disorders, agitation, aggressiveness when they can't have the medication they require, like withdrawals.
exactly. Yeah,
And I'm wondering why people would allow themselves to have the possibility of having a withdrawal that could make them go to more hell than it would be to just get
because
therapeutic.
Oh, that
you're too innocent. You're
no, no.
too
That's
innocent.
the answer to that is
No,
actually quite simple.
You're right that people should not give up their
Not,
what's the word for it?
not
Like their own ability to
to
like when
function
you give
really.
up something like that to the government and you're like, all right, I'm gonna take my medicine from the government
Yeah,
and I'm
no,
gonna get my daily dose or whatever.
I'm gonna have
Which is
to.
Because I have.
I'm gonna have to stop both of y'all right there. Listen, let me explain. Cruising vibes.
Okay,
Fucking,
please.
I take, as you already know, I take multiple different types of medications.
I mean, you're a vet,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, you know what I mean. And I have experienced withdrawals, and although they suck, I'll still take I'd still rather be on the fucking medication because I'm better with it than without.
Yes, exactly.
I've been without it long enough to know how I am without it. You know what I mean? I haven't been on medication my whole life. I've only been on medication,
I'm not talking about from a mental standpoint.
in my mid 20s. I mean physically too. You know what I
What's your
mean?
standpoint then, Cruisin'?
Physically too, I am better. I am better because of it. But that doesn't mean that there are no side effects. I experience them, like right now, is insomnia, uh, and that there's no potential drawbacks that might outweigh the positives. Like it's all
Hmm.
possible, but it's worth the risk because ultimately people want to feel better. They
No,
want
I
they
understand. I
not,
have
I
a
don't just mean
trans friend.
and I don't mean just feel better. They want to look better. They want to something's wrong and they're trying to solve it. It sometimes doesn't work out though. Sometimes something goes wrong in between the process. But
Right.
but it is worth it is what I'm trying to say. It is
Okay.
worth
I'm speaking. I
yeah,
have a friend that's trans
right.
that I watched them like transition. Like I might as well know them from both of their genders. And I saw them foolishly take medication that was told to help her that ended up causing her more mental disgrief. She is She does not leave her house because she is too scared, and like the medication has fucked her up to the point where she cannot go out because of her depression.
And that's what I'm saying. She took the risk. She knew the risk and took them. Is there's always a possibility. Always. There is no 100% success rate with anything. With literally anything. There is no 100% success rate. It does not exist.
And also,
There's
like Rico, let's just be clear, okay?
yeah.
Let's not live in this reality where, yes, there are people who regret transitioning, right?
Right.
But this is the main issue that conservative people are facing, which is that most people, a large majority of people who transition, are very, very happy with their lives.
Yeah.
And that's a huge issue for them. And this is across the board in every fucking country. Trans people like to be trans. They like to be on their medication. They like to just be chilling. This is what I'm trying to get across to you. We live in a world where there are very strict gender binaries. One of the richest, most thirsted after men in the world cannot wear a dress without having hate tossed at him in the millions. We don't live in a world where we can just everybody can just accept their bodies and they can just chill and nobody takes medicine. We don't live in that world.
Yeah.
We live in a world of black, white, gender, male, female, etc. And people are forced to navigate within that. When someone does not align with a female and they're born as female, they have two choices. Suffer as female, and some people do, or transition, and some people do both, right? So this isn't a world where every person who's struggling with their gender and struggling with their body is transitioning. There's tons of women, tons of men who have issues with their genders who are staying the same and not taking medicine. And then there's people, a small minority, who are taking medicine and changing. We're all just trying to navigate this extremely complicated system.
I don't think my point is getting across.
I think no, you if
But I agree with you. As little people on medicine and relying on the pharmaceutical industry as possible is epic.
Is ideal.
Period.
Is ideal. But
because all of it is money out of people's pocket. It's changes to their system that they don't know. We live in a world where people forget that just like 30 years ago, there were states that were feeding poisonous water to their citizens, and they only stopped because people whistle blew it. So if they had their way, people would still be drinking poison water. So I understand not wanting to give away human thought process to drugs,
autonomy and such. Yeah, but no, cruising
we need to be aware of it, and also we need to navigate the changes and the complexities of the human philosophies that that surround us. You know
I'm trying to understand the mindset so I can support the mindset.
That's what I'm trying to spell out to you. Is the mindset is that the mindset is that it's worth the risk. They want it that badly that they'll take their chances on fucking their bodies up. And they're fucking their minds and bodies up. They'll take their chances.
Testosterone, all it did for me, and you want the truth? All it did for me was give me my first public erection.
Fucking hell. But that's what I mean. It's worth the risk. I mean, I put it to you like this, for example. Another way to look at it, right? I want you to think about any surgeries that people get. Every surgery comes with a risk, from the anesthesia that goes in you, whether or not your body might have an extremely violent reaction to it, to the medication you have to take afterward, to the surgery itself. Like the surgeon could fuck it up. You know what I mean? Surgery is scary. That's why so many people are afraid of surgery or going to the doctor, because if they do, there's a potential that something might go horribly fucking wrong. It's there because again, there's no 100% success rate with anything. You know what I mean? It's scary, but it's worth the risk. I wanted my shoulder. I wanted my right arm back. I wanted to be able to use it again. So I took the chance on the surgery, even though multiple people warned me not to.
Right. I think I'm speaking from a perspective that when my trans friend was doing the transitioning, I like I'm what I'm talking from a perspective that observed and watched her suffer for years
And your question,
because
and you came to the
medica
conclude, you came to the conclusion that
there was a
basically,
damn thing I couldn't do to it.
yeah, it's a position of powerlessness and wondering why would you even do this to yourself in the first. Why would anybody do subject themselves to this
Thank you.
horror?
Exactly.
Why?
That was my point. Is that
I figured that's what you were trying to what you've been saying. That's why I've been trying to tell you is that people take these risks knowingly. No,
Yeah,
mm,
you know what I mean, because
because there's
it's potentially
there's
worth
tons
it.
of people who are trans and live are just happy and chill.
Yeah, like there's a potential of that. That I might be the one that is gonna, one of the many that's gonna have a good life, that's gonna be fine. But there's always,
I'm just
just like when you get in a car, uh, there's
there's
it's
a chance of an accident.
there's a chance of an accident, either your fault or someone else's. But you could die. You could die or be critically injured. You know, there's always a chance for something to go wrong. But we take the risk anyway because
Hmm.
the
Right.
potential benefits are worth it.
I'm understanding from this point of view because I'm not saying this is every person that's trans I know went through this, but it's just the mass majority, the vast majority of trans people that I have as friends or have heard of them transitioning have had very bad issues with the medication, even without the surgery, more so of like just the testosterone and the hormones.
Yeah,
And that would like just fuck them up more than it would help them.
yeah.
And
And
I'm
which
trying to understand.
in which case it in your case specifically, the rate at which people have effectively, failed to transition, without any issues and whatnot, it's almost, it's unfortunate, but that's just how it played out for you and those people specifically.
Mm.
That is not the standard. That is not
I
the
just happen to be. It's a coincidental
it, it's
point of view.
it's a very coincident. It's a point of view born of coincidence that you just had. Like,
Mm.
if for example, I know people who've been in car accidents. If I had came to and I've seen what done to them. If I had came to the conclusion that, damn man, why would anyone drive a car after what happened, given what might happen, what's happened to the people around me? It's the same logic. You know what I mean? It's like, no, most people drive just fine. Most people get around just fine.
I don't.
You know what I mean? It's, but when things go wrong, that's when everyone starts asking questions and start thinking, "Oh God, we should have never done this in the first place." It's only when things go wrong when people start thinking like that.
Well,
You
I'm
know what
not
I mean?
saying don't do it. I'm saying like more so find a way that doesn't make
Hurt.
you rely on medication.
But unfortunately, and that right there,
There is not that
it,
way. I understand
yeah,
that, but
that's
like it
a,
was just a point
Explain
of
to you,
view.
Cruz.
yeah.
Cruz, look up there. Okay. So there's three segments of trans people. This is coming from a formerly trans person. I'm what's called a quote unquote de-transitioner. I'm a black
Hmm.
sheep. I'm the enemy of the trans community. People like me, the way I talk about trans stuff, I'm a danger or whatever, right? All I say is that until you get rid of strict gender binaries and strictly enforce like simple things, right? That we do enforce these things. Things like blue is for boys and pink is for girls. These things that we enforce over and over and over and over again. When
Right,
people
okay.
develop outside these categories, they 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 develop in other ways. So this could be they develop into philosophers or into rebels or into a trans person or into whatever, right?
Yeah.
But the whole point is, right, humans don't fit into these boxes that we invent. Humans have this beautiful, it's like a kaleidoscope, you know? You look into a human brain and there's all these different experiences. You can have a guy like Rico and he just wears a dress sometimes, and he's still a man.
That's
He's still a masculine dude, and
Yep.
people don't want to accept that that's the truth, but that
okay.
is
Hold
the
on,
truth.
hold on. I'm talking from a medical point of view. What's
Yeah,
your point
yeah.
of view?
The point of it is about the social acceptance aspect of it. Like, there would be
I'm
affect Haku. I reckon, and correct me if I'm wrong here. What you're arguing is that there would be. Are you saying there would be less trans people as a result of, let's say, social acceptance, or would there be more?
Exactly so. Exactly so.
It'd be
Because we would have a more
less
right now. We have a
less
very
medically
we have a very
transitioned people.
broad we have a very broad version of what a woman can be.
Right.
But there are very strict things that a woman can't be, right?
Yeah.
And then with men, they're forced into this little corner. They have to be these things, and then they can sometimes escape it by being a drag queen or gay or whatever. But even then, there are
I'm
these
not
supreme
talking about
pushed
No,
accept.
gender
no, no,
binaries.
I'm
no, no, no. That's Cruising Vibes wasn't talking about that. He was talking about the medical side. You're talking about the social acceptance
yes,
side.
whatsoever.
But
I was not
but
disrespecting it.
Well,
but
the medical
but
side of
but
it, right? So, what I was trying to say with Blair White, right? Blair White is a person who puts millions of dollars, and I'm not exaggerating here. She puts millions of dollars into advocating for trans medicalism. What is trans medicalism? Look up trans medicalism. It is a
no
philosophy that if
no
you are trans,
ha,
you have to take medicine. This is
yeah.
not like a. I'm not making this up. Like
Right.
this, there
Okay.
is a
Haku
portion
Haku.
of
One second. One second.
they're trans people, though. That's what I'm trying to say. It's
Yes.
trans people who think other trans people have to
Aren't.
take medicine.
Yeah. There's
Taco,
a
didn't you say you drunk earlier?
Yeah, no, no,
Mind me
no,
saying that?
no, 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 no. Cruising vibes. The here Haku is actually making a very good point here. There is a lot of pressure on trans people from other trans people that they have to take the medications. That they
Like,
have
there's
to.
a term for
That
people who don't take medication. The terms for people who refuse to take medication and just have their own expression of gender within their body, and then maybe they detransition, maybe they whatever, right? It's called trans-trender. So trans medicalist people call people who experience gender and don't want to take testosterone, don't want to take estrogen, don't want to get top surgery. They say, "Well, you're a trans trender. You're just you're experiencing gender for the trend. Like you're just trying to get attention or
you
whatever, right?"
So
you're wearing it like a suit, but you're not really committed to the bit.
Yeah, and what
I
that does
think
is it
Rico already answered my point.
puts this
I did.
weird energy in there. It's like
This, which is why, like he's like Haku is like over here, like trying to like what's it called, disagree with the point of view, but like it's a
I'm just a
different one.
fiery spirit. I'm a Capricorn. I'm fighting everybody.
No, you do you. It's
I'm
just
telling.
like it's just
That's why I had told you to dial it back, because I'm like, there's no need to be, feisty here. It's
I'm
it's
the girl in the world.
harmless
it was a serious question, and I was not meaning any type of disrespect by it.
Yeah, and I know,
No,
I
I
I
just
know.
understand
really
my
wondering.
energy. I come across too intense, but I'm really more passionate
Yeah,
than
but
anything.
I would say then let me summarize both y'all points, and we can leave it at that. Sound good? Correct me.
Please.
Perfect. I
Correct
mean,
me if.
I literally came here for Star Wars, and
Yeah, no, of
here we are.
course. No, no. All right. So starting with you, Cruising Vibes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Your concern was with because you've personally seen the horrors of essentially the worst aspects of medical transitioning.
Transmetaphors.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it not working out and it making people worse. It made you apprehensive. It made you not understand why would anyone even take the risk
No,
in the first
it's
place,
most not
right?
making them worse per se, but making them worse as in like not just physical. I'm talking financially.
That's
I'm
what I'm saying.
talking emotionally.
It's costing them a lot of money.
Yeah,
It's
it
that's
costs
what
them
I'm saying.
everything.
It's costing them everything. It's wearing them down. It's making them feel worse, making them look worse. This all just that's what I was saying. It's that
Yeah.
in the broadest sense, it medically transitioning was hurting your friends, and you didn't understand why anyone would even do that in the first place. Am I correct?
That wasn't. Yes, that is very correct. That is exactly what I was trying to ask.
I
Okay,
mean,
and
is
then
that any different than
and I
wondering like why does my neighbor keep going home to like beat his wife when he's like why does he keep drinking
What?
alcohol?
what?
Every time he drinks alcohol, hear me
What?
out, right?
Hold on. You know, what? No, nope, we're not doing that.
Oh my gosh,
No, no,
you're
it's
not
okay.
hearing what I'm saying.
No, it's
Like
okay.
the
I
human
just
strife factor.
the
Like
strike.
people do things to try to find like a solution. So they'll drink
Right.
alcohol or they'll do
Oh,
drugs or
okay. So
they'll
that's what you're trying to say. That was an odd
yes.
analogy. That was an odd
So
analogy, though. I'm
and it
not gonna
always
hold you.
shifts, and it always shifts. Like, oh, why does this person keep doing this or keep drinking alcohol or why do they keep going to this job or they keep because that's what they know that brings comfort to them. So
Yeah,
when I was taking testosterone, every time I injected myself and I just like chilled out, I just had a good week. I just relaxed. I just
yeah.
it,
And on
since
that
I
So like,
stopped
on that note,
testosterone, it's been worse for me. So I get what you're saying. The people you've experienced in your life have had worse with their transitioning. There's a woman in my life, a trans woman, so male to female, right?
mm-hmm,
Got the bottom surgery, and it got I don't
mm-hmm,
know if you know the term botched.
oh no,
Yeah, so they got botched bottom surgery, right? So you would think that she would like be like super opposed to trans stuff and detransition and be opposed to it. But it's like no, she just keeps going because just who she is. Like she's just like I'm just like not a dude. I just want to get my breasts and I want to like wear
no,
cute
yeah, I was
outfits
just
and
trying to
like wear
understand the
dresses
drive behind it.
because everything in life can bring about suffering if you go about it at the wrong way, right?
or you can go about it the right way, and shit can still go wrong. Just to be clear,
True.
True,
you can
true.
go about things the right way, and shit can still go wrong.
We just are all trying to figure out what this complicated game called life is. You know, it's like maybe if we transition, things will get better. Maybe if I take a shot, things will get better. Maybe if I get a new job, things will get better. Maybe if I quit my job, things will get better.
I
Maybe if
oh, this is a great example actually. Cruising Vibes. Remember I told you I was starting Ozempic?
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Yeah, I was.
interesting.
There's many people who warned me about that. I was scared of the potential side effects. Even my doctors warned me about it. I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm fat as fuck, and I'm getting fatter, and I want to. I'll take my chances on losing this weight. I don't care. I will take my
Right.
chances. If things go wrong, they go wrong. I'll deal with them if they come, but I'll take my
Okay.
fucking chances. You
Okay.
know,
That was really all the. That was legit the only answer out of this whole conversation I was really looking for
yeah, I'll
was
take.
a drive point.
It's a drive. The drive is, I am. This is my problem, and I want a solution, and I will take my chances on things going wrong because the solution, me losing weight, is
It's
worth it
my
to
money
me.
and I need it now.
It's something like
Sorry.
that. And then going back to you, Haku, your point
But
was,
sometimes it's not though, right?
yeah, of
And
course.
I want to give him space because he's right, right? For every like 7 people, 8 people that have the best transition ever and they love their medicine and they're chilling with their new clothes and their new name and their new identity, synthesizing with society, right? There are people who are like, why the fuck did I do this? Why the fuck did I do this? Holy shit! I cut my dick off. I cut my breasts off. I did this. I've been on testosterone for 5 years and I'm trapped, right?
Yep.
There are people like that, right?
Yeah.
In the same way that there's heroin addicts, in the same way that there's crack addicts.
Yeah.
Like
Is
we
I
don't have answers for
am
people.
my answer to those people is like it's easy to say that the whole thing is wrong when it went wrong for you, but
Exactly.
that's not the case. Like just
Right,
because it went
and
wrong for
with things like heroin, crack, right? It's like okay, those go wrong like 98% of the time. Like
So I
they're
coincidentally
pretty
noticed the
right.
wrong side of the surgery. That was just a smaller percentage of
a
the
small
bigger number.
of the bigger
Yeah, I
number.
mean it
Yeah,
also depends
basically
on where you are, right? So
Okay.
you're in a south state or a
southern
western
state,
state.
west.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a southern
If
state.
you're south or in the west, right? Those states have
Oh,
less trans rights, and because they have less trans rights, the people who do the trans surgeries and give out the medicine, right, are people who are not people who have advocated and spent a portion of their life trying to do those sort of things. So
Yeah.
like people in California, people in
Oh,
Massachusetts, people in New York, right? These are scientists
but
and
Haku,
surgeons who have specialized in the philosophy in the science of transitioning, right?
yeah,
Versus someone, right, who in the South, right, there's a woman who in the South does a lot of top surgeries for trans women, but her specialization before she did that was breast surgery for celebrity, right? Like cis women, like women who were born women and just wanted bigger breasts, right? So this woman had never. She's not a trans advocate. She doesn't. She, if you probably had a conversation with her, like, what is a trans person? Why do they feel that way? She'd probably be like, I don't know. I just put tits on them. You know what I mean? Like that person putting doing that surgery, they're gonna have less care when they're doing it. They're gonna have less thought process towards the person doing it, and that needs to be talked about, right? It's like we
yeah,
don't want to like medicalize things to the point where people are doing surgeries on people without
and
care for the human
and
being that they're doing it on.
And
to wrap this up, I want to wrap this up.
Yeah, sorry.
I want to go to Haku's point. You correct me if I'm wrong here about your overall point, right? Is what you're saying is that we don't just hear me out here. Just again, correct me if I'm wrong. You said a couple things. One, we don't live in a socially accepting society. We just don't, right?
Correct.
That's
Point
one.
square blank, and that is always going to be the truth
That
because
yeah,
we have an evangelical basis for our Western societies.
yeah,
We are based around judgment and trying to conform. So people, there's are always from the start a group of people who aren't Christian, aren't Catholic, aren't Abrahamic, and those people are outsiders. So, and even some Abrahamic religions like Muslim, those people are outsiders because of political reasons, right? So
right.
there's
I mean,
always
I'm an
going to be
outsider, not a
But
Christian.
no, no, but hold on. Let's not die. Let's not go into long caveats here.
it's not a caveat. It's
No, no,
all
no.
connected.
I know it's
There's
connected,
like
but I'm trying to wrap up this topic here. With the second point that you made was that with regards to transmedicalism, that yes, although most of the cases of it are people are fine, there's a great deal of pressure within the trans, not just societally, but even within the trans community, like from other trans people, pressuring trans people to go through the surgeries and such, take all the medications and such. You know what I mean? The trans medicalists are calling out. There's a bit of infighting within the trans community because of this. And which goes back to the whole lack of social acceptance. Because if there was social acceptance, we wouldn't need to, you know, transmedicalism. But
yeah,
there is,
Mm.
trans
but
people are trying to figure out how they can fit into society in a way that they'll be accepted and not killed, told that they're not real or whatever, right?
exactly,
The reason why I was saying trans people always exist is it's like gender. I'm not saying trans people, transgender identity always exists, but gender nonconformity always existed, right? So there's always like men who like. I know that you're like you want to end this soon, so I'll hurry this up, right? But like
No, honestly, I'm
there are
learning as much
religious
as I
men,
can.
there are religious men who castrated themselves, right? And whether you want to accept this or not, this is a form of gender nonconformity, right? They genuinely associate their willy nilly with sin and with this whole aspect of I need to get rid of it in order to live my life the way I need to do.
Hmm.
There's every human being is born on this earth and has an experience and just needs to just live their fucking life, right? I agree with you, Cruz. Less medication for humans that are not. If you've been through something messed up, like war or just deep childhood trauma, you want to get on medication, sure. But the push for ADHD medication and this medication and that medication, yeah, absolutely. We should stop that. I get what you're saying with surgeries, especially with women to male. With women to male, it's more complicated, right? Because testosterone, right? It invokes male pattern baldness, heart issues, it clogs
It
your
also has to deal with the surgery itself because
yeah,
that could go wrong as well.
gives you issues with vision, gives you issues with blood flow, etc. Right? Yes, right. But
It even gives you
also,
certain like tics and
so
stuff,
for
like
the first
sort
time
of
in
like
your life,
mental disorders.
for the first time in your life, right? You feel right. You just feel good about yourself. Like you're just like, I don't have any doubts. This is just, I'm just gonna go about my day and not have a question about who I am, right? There's a certain confidence that testosterone gives you that it's hard to describe when when you take it, right? It's like it's
Would you
hard
say
to
estrogen is
talk
the
about
same the
taking
other way around?
without sounding like a drug addict. That's why I stopped taking it, right? Is my I have drug addict issues with my own parents, right? So I just for me, I stopped taking testosterone because I don't want to be like the addicts in my family. So whether it's the same for me, I don't think it's the same, right? But I don't want to even take the chance, right? So I've just taken completely stepped away from it, right? But I'd never say that the
Right.
people around me are like drug addicts or that they're like coping or that they're ruining their bodies, right? There's some people in my life that I live in Mass. I keep emphasizing this because look at Massachusetts, right? It's a sanctuary state for trans people. It's where you go when you want to just live your life authentically. When I took testosterone, I just went in. I was like, I've been living as a dude for like 2.5 years. This is the evidence
That's
of
one
it.
less tale to
I'd
worry
love to go
about.
forward with this. It took like 3 months, and then they put me on the medication, and I had the happiest like 4 years of my life. And then my friend convinced me to take shrooms, and then for some reason I stopped taking testosterone. But for me, was the opposite experience. I like literally right now I'm sitting here and I'm like, why am I not on testosterone still? Like,
Hmm.
but also, like with my friend, I'm like, at my core, I'm like, is it actually true that you don't care that your surgery got botched? Do you actually not care? I don't know, right? But like from the way she advocates for other trans people and the way she presents herself, she doesn't really care that that aspect of it went wrong because the other aspects of it socially and just the way she feels about herself when she looks in the mirror, she just is happier. Does that make sense? Like it's like
Yes, it
these
does.
simple things, even if it comes at a price.
Yep.
I just I just like I'm mainly
I want
coming
you,
from a point of view
Cruise Advice.
where I had to like I worried about the transitioning my friends went through.
I want you to look at life as a bargain, and there's the bargains we choose and the ones that we don't.
Yeah,
And
like I could stay up till 4 a.m. talking with my favorite YouTuber.
yep, you know what I mean.
Or
Look,
I can go to sleep early. And either way, though, I'm working till 8 p.m., right?
either way,
So I have to navigate what happens, right? So maybe I stay up late, and it's a little worse for me, right?
So it's
And
all about making it
a
more
little bit stressed
bearable.
out. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, exactly. But it's like I'm not gonna be like, oh well, YouTubers are bad for you because they keep you up late at night. It's like no, we make our own
I do.
choices. We're not victims of our like there's this big push to like not take responsibility for who we are and our decisions that we make because it's very comforting to just be like, well, medicine did it or this did it or that did it. And it's like, let's just relax and all just like experience life, right? I know you said you push back against it a little bit, Rico. But with as far you said I think you said you don't really get trans stuff if it doesn't have the medical aspect of it. Was that
No, no, no. What I said was that, in my case specifically, I wouldn't, even if I believed myself to be trans, I wouldn't do it simply because I don't think it's worth the effort if I'm not passing. So effectively, a trans medicalist
Yeah,
argument.
I mean that's a huge heartbreak for a lot of people. I mean, the biggest source of harassment in black trans women is that it's like it gets like I don't know if you know this, but the most killed person
Black trans
in the
women.
United States is black trans women, and this is across history. It's like even in the 70s, black trans women, 80s, black trans women, 90s, black trans women, 2000s, black trans women, now black trans women. Black trans women have always fit this weird. And what's crazy too is black trans women are also the biggest advocates for human rights, also
Every
across the
time.
board. It's very fascinating, and but that goes into what you're saying, Cruz. Right? Is just because something's hopeless or because patterns or things are going wrong doesn't really mean you're going to stop. Right? Some
Yeah.
people take something resisting them as this is means I need to fight for it even more, right? It's like this a different topic a little bit, and obviously we don't have to go into it because guys are trying to go to bed soon. But
You really should get
there,
some sleep, dog.
I mean, I'm gonna be up for another hour.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm writing as well right now. I have a big commission I'm working on, but
I mainly asked the question because, like, I come from like the percentage of people that only saw the negative side of it,
Yep.
and yes,
and
you should always don't ever let people tell you not to advocate for the negative aspects of it, right? Always
the
be
thing
that voice
is that
that's
like
like,
the
hey,
reason I put
let's
myself
think
in
about
the
this.
position,
You care.
like the reason I put, yes, I care, and like I just like want to know like what I can do. See, I
The
don't know
best
if you've ever
the
heard this, either of you. Have you heard the quote, "You don't know the streets until you lived it"?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
And 1 second, hold on 1 second. I actually have a viewer. In 8, yes, I'm a Marine Corps veteran. Good morning to you. Former sergeant. How you doing? And I don't know if Zero, I don't know if you're still there, but good to see you, Zero. All
I'm
right,
sorry
yes,
that this
carry on.
conversation's been so tense. We can definitely switch subjects.
I would
No, I
I
was
would
just now
go
make
go
my
ahead,
point. No,
Christopher.
we could
Yeah,
stop.
go ahead, go ahead.
Like, hold on, let me gather my thoughts. God damn it, they fell through my head. Okay, what was the last thing I said? Because it literally went right on my fucking head.
All right,
I need
Okay,
to work
well,
the
on that.
while you're
the
thinking, Cruz, the two most as a trans lesbian, whatever the fuck I am, I have no clue. I'm just a human being, right? The two most damaging groups to my psyche with their constant and very loud and persistent attempts to push me into boxes, right? Is like right leaning Christian, like religious people, and hilariously like left leaning trans medicalist people, and like people
Hmm.
who say things like, "Oh,
yeah, no,
white
I
music is boring," or "You
yeah, no,
shouldn't talk to men," or
I've had
etc.
I've had some run-ins with those types. And in 8,
I'm
I'm token up on tobacco. Just to be clear, this is not the green. This is
see,
full on tobacco. Just I smoke
since
tobacco.
I know I don't want to
Really?
do the
I
transition
thought that
Yeah,
was
it,
myself, right?
I
I'm
thought that was
trying to understand what it's like being in the shoes of people that had to go through that, and so I can understand in a way that I could possibly help and support that.
all right, Cruz. Let me. All right, I'll be a little vulnerable, right? It's like a young trans person experience, which you don't really. There's a lot of layers of like politicalness to it
All
nowadays, right?
gotta have
People are like
layers.
want to
Sorry,
people want to
continue.
like people want to put like trans kids on drugs or and shit, and there's a lot of aspects to it that are complicated, and I don't want to really go into it, but like for me, right, from the age of like 7 all the way up to 15 years old, I just have this frequent intrusive memories of my both my parents constantly forcing gendered clothing onto me. Not just gendered clothing, but like, oh, you shouldn't be into this hobby, or you need to be doing this sport, right? It's like
Hmm.
I wanted to do soccer. Why aren't you doing cheerleading? Oh, you like Star Wars. Why don't you like Barbie? Like, oh, you want to wear boy clothes, why won't you wear a dress? Oh, you don't want you want to wear your hair up, why won't you wear makeup? Like,
Mm. One part,
there
part
is
uh,
such a layered, complicated experience that, and I don't even know what it's like for a male. I have absolutely zero idea what it's like for a male, because with women it's like grooming and doing shaving yourself.
oh,
Like
I
my
can
biggest
explain that.
thing was like,
I can definitely get point of picture as a. But before I answer that, N8 asked the question: as a man, bro, what's your opinion about being selfish? Meaning, like, don't be a pushover. Okay, as the
interesting.
CEO of selfish, self-serving bullshit, let me tell you something. There's a fine line uh, between being selfish and self-centered, right? And most importantly, not being a pushover, so to speak. Um, let me explain. Innate. A lot of people, at least from back in the Marine Corps, would mistook um, being tough, being firm. They thought that meant being an asshole. You
Hmm.
get what I'm?
Please give me 1 second. I have to use the bathroom.
Go ahead, Chris Vibes. They thought they took that as that meant they need to be their worst selves. Like they just need to be just mean, inconsiderate, selfish or self-centered. You know what I mean? Just be a dickhead, and that means you're being tough. And I'm like,
Yep.
no, that's not what makes someone tough. Being inconsiderate, but not caring about how other people feel doesn't make you tough. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it does because there's a line, right? That fine line between caring and not caring. Because you can't care too much, otherwise you do become a pushover, and you do, and it actually starts to hurt you. You know what I mean? So you have to find that balance between caring and not caring, being considerate and inconsiderate, just being selfless and selfish, where you're not hurting yourself and you're not hurting others, unless the person you're hurting deserves it, of course. In which case, that's what being inconsiderate. Have I found that balance? Yes, I'd like to think I have. I slip up from time to time, but I'd like to think I found that balance, right? Like when I have I can be abrasive, like, and I can damn sure be a dick when I need to be. But I know when to flip. When I'm sure you've heard the saying, "Pick your battles." You got to know when's the right time to flip that switch. When it is this like in this particular scenario
Fight or flight.
is this the moment I need to flip that switch? Do I need to be an asshole right now? No, okay. But do I need to be firm? Yes. You know what I mean? Like, so that's you have to pick your battles, so to speak,
Do you
right?
consider
True.
that fight or flight?
Fight or flight, well, not exactly, but close. But that's a pretty close comparison. You got to pick your
Hmm.
battles. Sometimes, but actually no, that'll work. Pick your battle. Sometimes you got to fight. Sometimes you got to flight. Sometimes you got to fucking freeze. Whatever the case may be. But you got to. But the key is having the wherewithal to know which one to pick. Having the self control and
Hmm.
self discipline to know which one to pick. That is what's
Okay.
important. Because you don't always want to fight. You can't be on fight mode at all times, but you also can't run at all times. You can't freeze at all times. You got to know which one to pick. You get what I'm saying, Nate?
Mm-hmm.
I think I need to call out of work tomorrow.
Too
I got
tired?
way too. Nah, if we're gonna be real, I got a bit too drunk.
Oh, then yeah, you might want to call out.
You goof.
But Nate, did you
Yeah, I,
understand? Were you Nate? Were you following what I was saying? I hope I wasn't speaking too quickly.
you are right though, Reed, that there's a very delicate balance.
It's a delicate
I
balance,
mean,
and it's hard. It's hard to find. It's very easy to fuck
It's
up, and
like it's like
go ahead.
so it can be as simple as like there can be a moment, right, where someone aggresses. And I've seen this firsthand, right? So there's a moment where I went out with my sister and her boyfriend, right? And this guy aggressed, and my sister's boyfriend also amped up in reaction, right? Good protective nature, right? But then he went too far. And then no, it was no longer a protective thing. Now it's an ego thing. Now it's a dick measuring contest, and it's just two dudes fighting, right? There's no point in that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no sense in that. There's no like. It's just someone thoughtlessly getting angry and just doing whatever they want and trying to fight someone, right? Versus if he just made his point and then just backed off, right? But that's the
Mm-hmm.
difference between like a well thought out like intention like Rico's talking about, and then like just letting
Mm-hmm.
yourself just get taken over, just doing whatever you want.
Mm. Okay. I'm pretty sure we could call it a wrap on this conversation. I think I got the answer I was looking for.
Hell yeah.
Huh? What are you looking for, Cruz?
No, we've established that. You remember the whole thing earlier? We already established that well, like a dozen times already.
I wasn't
Okay,
talking
I
about
was
you.
more so stating it for myself than I knew it.
Yeah.
I was
It was
responding to
like for
that
like a statement for myself.
person. I was responding to the person who talked to Rico. I was saying I agree,
Oh
but
no no. He said I forgot to tell you, Haku. He said yeah I understand.
okay.
Before that was before he left. He did say that.
Oh, cool. Well, I
Off
just wanted
topic
to say that
question.
I agreed with everything, and yeah, there's.
You should get some sleep, Haku. You
Off
sound you
topic.
sound like you're dragging.
No, I think it's more so
Rico,
the
stop
alcohol.
trying to dominate me.
What? No, I just want you to be. I just want you to be well. If you're not gonna go to work, at least get some rest.
It's fucking too late. I have to go to work. It's
Oh, so
not an
you.
option.
Oh, so you. Okay, so you're definitely going.
Yeah, like I'm gonna pump a coffee. I'm gonna probably go in early because I know this sounds crazy. When I don't sleep well, I go in early, like by 20 minutes. I don't clock in. I just drink a coffee, set myself up. Don't clock in for it though, and then by the time I'm clocked in, I'm all set. And I
All
just go
right.
about my shit. I've been working this job for like 5 months now. Like you have your ups and downs. You have your mental breakdown. You have your shit right. At the end of the day, you show up for the shift. You get the dishes done. That's what I like about just like solid basic labor. You know, like you just go in for your shift, clean the shit, and you leave. You know everything. There's no question of like, oh, what do I need to do with like the people today? You don't gotta deal with it. You just gotta clean all the fucking dishes. I like that type of job. No complexity, just getting something done. So even on days where you're like, oh god, I'm fucking shit faced. I don't know if I can do it. If you can't do with dishes while a little bit hungover, what can you? You
Amen to
know.
that.
I
Yeah.
mean, so you, I don't.
If you're okay, if you say you're okay, I believe you.
Oh really?
I believe you listen to Panic at the Disco.
I love
Yes.
Panic at the Disco.
Very.
Currently listening to
All
the
out boy.
Ballad of Mona Lisa.
Good.
Really like the clone. What?
I wish I could play some music right now while I'm streaming, but you know,
You
YouTube and
could
I
Twitch.
literally,
have to have music.
you could literally add the music to the chat.
No, no, YouTube and Twitch don't like that very much. I would get flagged if I played because I'm multi-streaming, and they would get very upset if I played music.
What the fuck?
Was it music or is it trademark music? Or like,
Trademark music, you know what I mean?
Well, I'll have you.
if anything, you can just play instrumentals. Instrumentals can be fun, right?
You could play Chris Rain. Chris Rain doesn't copyright strike his music.
I just remembered
Yeah,
that you just randomly sent that out of the blue, just Chris Rain, dog. I'm just like, okay.
I
Did
never
you like
heard.
it? Did you
I
like it?
did. I did.
I might spend $800 next month to go see Chris Rain. I don't know.
Listen.
I know
Godspeed, you fucking do it.
it would be $882.
I will spare the extra $2, dog.
I have never spent so much money on anything. But I'm gonna be real. This guy's music, just like I really think this guy's talented. I think he's the next Leap. I think he's the next Triple X. Like he has this grasp on human suffering in his music that you, you don't see this often. He's either gonna die,
Aku, I got
drug
you.
addict, or he's
I'm
gone.
going to airplane throw you a $2 bill, like like fold it up like an airplane origami, and then just fucking throw it, and it'll eventually get to you, but only at the time right before the concert.
I just think it's so bullshit that I can't like transform into a bird and like fly there. You know, like I should just be able to just be like, and then I'm there, and there's none of this like, oh, you need your passport, you need your real ID. I'm like, I don't care about any of this shit.
I
I'm
mean,
just
you could just be at the show, right, and just
I'm
climb a tree and hold it,
I'm
record it
just
with a DS Lite.
I'm just trying to see Chris Ryan live. And I'm just wondering, Chris, why the fuck did you choose Berlin to be the first place you had your live concert? I can't go to fucking Berlin on like this is the United States of America. We are getting rid of all of our immigrants. It is hard to get paperwork right now. I paid $62 to get my fucking passport expedited, and I just still don't think I'm gonna get it in time to go to this concert.
That's just, you know what you gotta do, right? You gotta buy a drone and record the concert while from a distance.
I'm gonna have to like I'm gonna have to be
Gotta
like
get creative.
it's gonna have to be like Minecraft. I'm gonna have to like mine under the earth enough that I can like dig under to go under the water, travel across the whole continent, and dig upward.
Or you could just use console commands and spawn yourself over there.
True.
Whatever
So
works.
true. Did
I think that I think just like typing in the console command will be your best bet.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do it.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm gonna go to bed at 5 p.m. I like a nice hours. Take take some coffee at 9:30, 9:40.
You seem like you have this planned out.
Yeah, I mean, live a life of disorder and having and all this and that, and also have a. It's like
No, that's a fair point.
at
Let's keep
90% of
moving,
the
buddy.
time, my sleep depravity comes from my partner having consistent needs until 3 to 4 a.m. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to go to sleep. She's like, no, no. And I'm like, I guess I'll stay up. And I'm like, where is my willpower?
Okay, let's pick
Where
our
is
next
my
destination.
strength? Where is my.
You don't just fall asleep on call?
Sometimes we
What was
do,
that?
but
Nothing.
sometimes
Just thinking.
it's more intense than that. But I'll leave it at that because
Yeah, me too.
Rico's streams are PG-13.
Appreciate you. And no, they're not. I'm just fucking with you. No, these are adult streams for adults only. So if you got something adult to say, fucking say it.
Okay, well, sometimes we be sexting till like fucking 4 or 5 a.m. And she's like one of those women that like Rico, you probably know what I'm talking about. Have you met one of those girls that like when they nut, it just makes them want to nut more?
Yep.
Ready
Many,
when you
many
want.
Yeah.
times.
She's like that, and sometimes I literally am just like, it's like hours into it, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? What do I
How are you still going? How are you still want to
do?
keep doing?
Exactly.
I'm tired, dog.
I judge her because I love her, but also there reaches a point where the light leaves her eyes, and I swear, like you know how every mythology has a succubus and some equivalent.
Yeah.
Someone's always saying they want the succubus. No, the fuck you don't.
No, you don't.
She just she like nuts, and then I'm normal and I'm done. I've nutted. I'm finished. But she nuts, and she just gets this look in her eyes, and it's like that's not enough.
It's like a reboot.
For more, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? you know, like you're just like, what is this? How is this possible? How is it possible that a person never gets satisfied? Never ever
Well, the thing
is
is that like there's also like an itch to scratch they want most of the time if they're wanting more. There's like a certain like thing they're looking for that you,
What you got, Cage?
and like once you give it to them, that's usually when they just stop and go to bed.
oh my god, don't tell me that I'm not enough. Ugh.
Not a chance.
Listen, it's all fun and games until you threaten them with the Australian French kiss.
Oh, well, that does sound intimidating.
Alright,
It's-
let's see.
It's a French kiss down under, if you get my meaning.
I'm a lesbian. That means nothing to me. That's my whole existence.
Good. You understand. Now use this to your advantage.
I mean, I have a strong philosophy for lesbianism. There's this Canadian guy. He's a political guy. His name's Speakeasy. I created him, by the way. First person to ever donate to this guy ever, and then he turns into a far right like a speak piece. Just like it hurts. It genuinely hurts. I'm like, why did I give you so much money for you to just?
You ain't gotta worry about. I'm gonna tell you right now. You ain't gotta worry about that with me. I
I
don't.
don't even give a shit. I just really cared about him as a person. Like when I went into his stream, when I watched him, I picked him because I felt like the conversations I had with him in the text before I gave him money felt meaningful. And then I don't even know what happened, but now he's saying shit like he thinks people like, for example, he knew that I write erotica, right, for a living. And then he's saying all this crazy shit where he's like, people who like write erotica or create erotica should get arrested and like be put in prison. I'm like, what the fuck? Speak like
It's like,
you
okay,
mean
then what about the 50 Shades of fucking Grey? The fuck you mean?
if I was put in prison, who would have been the first person to donate to you? Maybe somebody else, but maybe nobody. But I care enough about people that I'm like, I don't care that when I went into his thing, he was like, "Oh, I'm a conservative." I'm like, "Oh, you're a conservative. Let's talk about that." I'm not. I'm this. Let's have a conversation. Let's have some parley.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It
Alright.
really feels different when a person who's on the left and you meet them, they switch to the right. It's like, yeah, that hurts, right? But when somebody's on the right and they act like they are nuanced, and then they're just like, yeah, I'm actually just a Christian fundamentalist and fuck all human nuance whatsoever. Like, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, like, what do you even do in interaction with? There's nothing you can say. There's a Bible verse for everything. That was the part that struck me the most is when I started talking with him more, and he just started using Bible verses and like
I can't.
religious
I mean,
things.
I am a Christian, but I can't sit here and use fucking Bible verses and say I don't go against them of them. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, that's the
every
strongest.
Christian tends to think they're perfect, but then they realize that they're just nitpicking at a fucking religion. They have no idea what the fuck it means.
Pick and
You know what I mean? Like,
pick and choose what to follow.
Exactly.
see, the thing is that like I say that I'm also a hypocrite because I do that.
What's your view on
You know
religion?
what? It ain't healthy keeping things
Huh?
bottled up inside.
So I want to hear. What'd you say?
What's Rico's view on
They weren't
religion
friends
overall?
and
What
mentors.
religion are you? Do you?
Even if
Oh,
they
my-
were,
my-
must keep
my
them alive.
views.
That's right.
I am
Don't
not
forget
religious, not because I don't believe in God, but because I don't care either way. I
Oh, what's that word?
I tried to be religious at one point, but I couldn't commit. I'm too self-centered for that. And the thing is, I accept that. I know what I am. I'm too self-centered to commit to a religion.
All right,
Like,
John,
shit,
get
I
up
could
here.
barely commit to my fucking marriage. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm an incredibly self-centered person, and I know.
Well, I mean, doesn't
and-
marriage come from religion, or?
well, yeah, I
The
mean,
thing is that I don't
the
know if I'm
concept.
ready to be religious. I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm ready because like I'm not doing the right things and saying I'm a Christian because of it. It's just that I'm doing like the whole point I feel in my existence right now is that I'm doing the right things, trying to find the right path that I should be on. Like, the way I see it is that we should, like, not walk the path of Christ, but at least walk near it. I mean, he was, he may have been the Son of God.
Like, this is just a fact. If you pretty much live by just the red text of the Bible, aka Jesus' text, you can live a pretty fucking good life all around.
Yeah.
That's one of the aspects of Christ that people just really struggle with, whether you're religious or not.
And there's another one.
Yeah, I
They
mean, have you ever
refuse. They,
heard,
you know how most
have you ever heard
fucking Christians are judgmental.
Heretics by Barrows Durham?
Like, we can all agree that most Christians are judgmental, right?
No.
Right. At least the ones I've met.
What?
Definitely are.
And the thing is,
I would
is
agree
that,
with
like,
Catholics, but most Christians I've met are pretty private people. But the Catholics,
trust me, dude, I'm Baptist, dude. Most of them judge before they even get a fucking sentence out of the other dude's mouth.
I mean, I think religious people in general are pretty loud, right? It's like Christian people, Catholic people. I don't think they're any more loud than Muslim or Jewish people. All of the
Well, what I'm saying, my point is that Christ, right, the Son of God, miracle worker, was not only was he doing miracles, blessings, he was also hanging with the poor, hanging with addicts, hanging with fuckers.
One second. Bob Ha. This is Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I repeat, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And Zero, I'm right there with you, my brother. I'm a sinful, self-centered man. I intend to. I intend to remain that way.
But my point is that, like, if Jesus, the one of, like, such high tier, can look at somebody as a brother or sister, and even if they are covered in the worst kind of life, and give them kindness, that is the kind of life I want to live. I want to live to the point where I should not have to give out hate to make a point.
Yeah, I mean, part of the reason I was talking about the book earlier. Look up this book, Heroes and Heretics by Barrows Durham. It goes into like, if Jesus was a real human being historically, this is probably who he was.
Based Do you think you can DM me the name?
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
But it basically goes into how, like, most probably he was a revolutionist who changed the minds of everybody that existed at the time, whose words were then co-opted by the greater political power at hand to neutralize and take away the oomph behind things he said. So kind of neutered Jesus's teachings to get people to be, like, unchanging, less likely to rebel, more likely to just, because there's a lot. I don't know how religious you are, right? But I was at one point attempting to go to college for theocracy, and
pause right quick. Baba, the game's awesome. I just wanted to answer that. The
survival, Jedi Survivor.
Jedi Survivor.
Absolutely.
I want to play Survivor for the fact that you could change your stance. That just looks dope.
It is incredibly dope.
I mean, you can change your lightsaber. You can change your droid. You can change your character appearance. The combat is good. There's a good nexus. The maps are great. It's just a well-designed, solid 9 out of 10 game. And then what brings it to a 10 out of 10 for me is having a good story. The good story is just the cream on the crop for me. I don't really need it. I can have a really good game with a bad story if the action, the combat, and everything else is good enough. But Jedi Survivor brings it all together and has a fucking fantastic story. I can do in the opposite too. Dragon Age Origins.
I wish the newer Star Wars was more creative. Like, I don't know if this is one of the forbidden ways, but tell me if I'm wrong. But there is a way that people force shut off lightsabers before, like, in a duel. And, like, I don't see that in much media that I do in the books.
Star Wars Ackham.
Thanks for the ride.
Yeah, there's. Right. I mean, I'm literally looking. I have all the books. I read all the books. They're all right here before me. Yes, books. They have a lot of the different like Jedi techniques that you don't see in the main
See
movie.
on like movies and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so the reason why I try to get people to look at Disney Star Wars with a perspective of like not wokeness is because it's not helpful. Because Star Wars isn't really woke. It's not anti-woke. It's just a giant entity that is owned by a
It's just
super
there.
corporation, right? Disney is a super corporation. What does it care about? Does it care about gay people, Rico?
Who?
Disney.
Uh,
No.
Help me.
Not really, right? Like maybe, but like money, right?
only insofar as it makes the money.
But like if they could put a gay person in their movie and it would get them a ton of money, yeah, they do it, right? But like
I don't think they learned the
China-
concept of the Sith and Jedi.
China is one of the biggest money bringer in for Disney. So China's very anti-gay. They're very anti-black as well, and they did not like the character Finn.
One second. Problem smoker. Yeah, good morning. This game is fucking great. How you doing on this morning? How are you this fine morning? And bye bye.
Picking up a lot of viewers.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm not complaining.
The bounty puck. Let's take it to Cage.
Oh, damn, Rico, you're getting big.
One day.
Consistency. And you gotta stop calling all of your fucking titles Star Wars Jedi Survivor Come Chat. You gotta have some diversity.
Never. And goodbye, dude. Good morning.
I
All
love
is.
it. I show up to all your streams. All day.
And I appreciate that sincerely. Goodbye, dude. All is well, brother. I haven't slept at all. I am feeling.
You know, I wonder. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, but
I wonder
back-
how many
back- I
people
do have to
see
respond.
Jedi and
What Star
and
Wars
Sith
Acolyte?
and not understand it fully.
Cruising. Disney Plus. Star Wars Acolyte. Watch only 2 of the episodes if you don't really want to watch the whole thing.
Okay,
They have
Okay.
they have the forbidden technique that you're talking about. With
I'm trying to watch Ahsoka at one point.
Have you ever heard of Patterson cuts?
No.
So there's a guy who is this like Star Wars fan, named something like Nick Patterson or some shit. He makes edits of the TV shows. He's kind of cracked the code and basically figured out that like the issue with Disney is bloating and like bad resource management with money. So a lot of the Disney projects are better when they get rid of content as opposed to adding more. So they turned this Patterson guy has turned all of the Star Wars TV shows into edits that are movies. This is the best way to consume Star Wars content if you're like an old school fan. Are you an old school fan, or are you just trying to see the new shit?
I'm in the middle of an old school fan and like still understanding stuff. Like I know enough of the original trilogy.
So there's like like the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show, right? There's like this 5-minute chase scene with like child Leia.
Stand
She's,
by
like,
for 1
running
second, y'all. Stand by. Goodbye, dude. What you up to this morning? Problem smoker. Same to you. What are you up to? All right, carry on.
There is a chase scene with child Leia, like, very long, and the best version of it is when it's edited down to like 20 seconds. So that says a lot, right? It's like a whole 5-minute scene that is terrible. And I'm not saying terrible because I'm like, oh, it's woke. Or, no, like I watched it and I burst out into laughter. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like I was like, what
Easy
is
does it.
this? Like how did so many people see this and go, yes, let's put this into the show? Like we have we have adults, like they like see a branch and they're like, how do I get over it? How do I get in? Like they like act like they're like an NPC and they like don't know how to get around it or something. But because they were like, how do we get this child character? get away from the adults. Well, their solution was have the adults act like robots with like broken coding that don't know how to get over basic surfaces and
All
stuff
set,
like
BD?
that. I know this sounds weird, but you'll get what I'm talking about if you watch Ahsoka Obi Wan. There's like a bloating issue. I but like I don't want to not
I
recommend
think
it. But
next.
if you could look up Patterson cut,
Headed to Kobo. Drinks are on
Star
me.
Wars Patterson cut.
Actually,
All of his edits are good. He's edited Ahsoka
what'll
into
happen
a
to the path
movie.
now?
The Han Solo movie.
We
He
gotta
shortened
help
it
them.
into like
For
an hour
safety.
and 30 minutes from like
I miss
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Sure could bring
Absolutely
out the
If
fantastic.
best.
anything, I can watch the videos while I do some grinding on Cyberpunk. It's the only way I'll probably be able to stay focused on videos. I'm not gonna lie.
I think the guy who did the Patterson
Ah!
cuts uploaded the Patterson cuts into like short intervals on YouTube. I could
Spaced
be
out for a
wrong,
All
but
second.
right,
It's
Cal.
like you saw like YouTube Shorts.
I spaced out
yeah,
for a second
I'm
there.
pretty sure he did.
1 second. Goodbye,
Got
dude.
you.
You said been putting off beating my new game +3 and getting the platinum. All right. Good luck on getting the platinum, brother. Problem Smoker, you still there?
I am.
I know I am.
Rico, I can definitely go to sleep. By the way, I don't want to stress you. I don't want to take over your dream with my bad feminist vibes.
Sorry,
I'm
what'd you
too
say?
weird.
What'd you say, Haku? I'm sorry. Say that again.
I said if you want me to, I'll go to bed. I don't
I
know
did.
your stream with my feminist vibes.
You are perfectly fine.
No.
But
But
I do.
like,
But I do want you to go to bed. Like sincerely.
can we talk though about Cal's relationship with fucking what's her name? They're
Marin?
so yes, they're so well written. Like Cal doesn't resist his feelings too much that it's annoying. It's just enough that it makes sense, and just enough that you're like, fucking stop with the
Love this
shit.
woman already. Damn it.
Love her. Give her what she needs and what you need, and then it feels so good for some reason when they don't. What is that feeling, Rico? Explain that to me. Explain to me what that feeling is when characters for some reason don't get together yet, but you know that they're meant to be, and you're just waiting, and this is worth it. This
Blue
is
balls.
fucking. It's just an erection gone into the waiting period. It's not.
Erection's gone wrong.
We're just all waiting big fat blue balls. Can you explain to me where blue
I
balls
love how we got from a
really came
conversation
from?
about medicational practices to just talking about dicks.
That's where
I
we're at.
mean,
This
I
is.
mean,
Look.
medicational practices involving dicks. To be fair,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen. 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 I am a little distracted. Lady sending me titty pics, and I'm happy at the moment. So I
that's a
apologize.
good vibe.
I apologize
Yo,
for my
no, don't apologize, dog. Titty pictures are the best.
goddamn right.
No, like what is what? Why is
World
so
cold. As my favorite saying goes, the world is cold and hard, yet titties are soft and warm.
seriously?
Damn right.
Blue
They are the pillows of life.
best. They are like I had an
Shoulder
old
boulders.
worker who, if I did extra things for her, like taking the ice out, I was a bar back. If I like did things for her, she would flash me, and that job, I don't know. There's something about that for me
Come on in. Grab a spot at the bar.
gave me a purpose in life. I know that sounds
How'd you get
pathetic.
involved with
No,
sex?
that would drive me too.
The usual. I claim the
Like-
bounty on
like,
a
it's
person.
different
Do
when you have,
either
like,
of
a
you want to help me
Yes.
take down a small government?
I
male manager
sent
walk
them
up and he's like, do this
say
task.
in a
And you're like,
way
oh
that
god, I know I
got
should
his
have done that
full
task. But
attention.
then you have a
So
whatever.
job
I
offer
know
not
Rico
after.
gets upset with how
You gotta have a
sexist
little
I
streak
am,
of
so I'll
crazy to
stop.
stay in this game.
You know, with
What?
the
Yeah,
lesbian straight
that
man
checks out.
adjacent, with the coincidental sexism and objectification of women. You know, Rico, sometimes you call me out, and I don't want you to call me out right now.
Hey, no, you're good, buddies. The way I see it, it's healthy criticism at best. But even then, it's only if I feel if I feel like giving it. You know what I mean?
You're like, hey,
When you guys think about it,
relax.
disagreement, the thought of the word disagree doesn't work.
Why not?
Because you agree with the other person that you're disagreeing about something else. It's just
How do
a
you feel about
constant
that,
reminder
Rico?
that you're agreeing that you disagree about something.
How do I feel about what? I'm sorry.
How do you feel about this man's philosophy?
Oh my.
About
I
just disagreeing?
know what?
Yes.
Yeah, like technically we're not all. If we disagree with somebody on something, then that means we're also agreeing that we disagree on a certain talking subject. No?
I guess. Sorry,
This
my
is
brain
boring.
is fried at the
I'm
moment. My brain is a little
I'm
fried at the
dead.
moment.
That's exactly why I wanted you to get it again, because I wanted to go like
Busy.
fried ass, like what the fuck.
I mean, the more you think about it, the more it's true. Give it time.
Yeah,
You'll be on my side with this comment. Trust me.
I don't know, but
I've awakened to the truth.
Could you move it
So-
along?
Rico,
Mm-hmm.
George Lucas, creator of Star Wars, for a long time, he for some reason was obsessed with this idea that there are no women in space, and he put this in everything. So in all the early, you could see women's nipples and shit. And I'm like, this
Falling
is
asleep,
bad.
pal.
That's
Okay,
what
were
I
you
mean.
ever around when I said that
The
cyberpunk is just a story of a schizophrenic?
What'd you say?
I said, were you ever around when I just said that cyberpunk is just the story of a schizophrenic?
When you said that, or what?
No, yeah, when I said that fact.
Yes.
I don't want to, there's one point I want to make,
So it's terrible.
and it doesn't spoil the story, so don't worry, Rico. Do you remember, after getting out of clouds, when you sit down for the first attack, right? When Johnny picks up a chair, moves it, and sits on it. Tell me that's not a schizophrenia.
Yeah, what's your point?
My point is that people say that B is
Really?
immune to cyberpsychosis. But I think it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Brother.
I mean, I guess you just spoiled it for Rico.
Not him. Not him.
I'm gonna stab you.
I didn't know. It had nothing to do with the story. I'm talking about cyberpsychosis in general. Which is technically not the main point of 2077.
My phone's not fucking charging, and I need it to charge.
So I promise you, I did not spoil one thing for you, Rico.
My alarm doesn't go off at 9:20. I'm done. Give me a second. I'm gonna figure this shit out real. I don't really.
As many times as I played the story, I didn't spoil a single thing. I can promise you that.
I'm more of a Blade Runner Star Wars kind of gal. Cyberpunk.
I respect that. I like Blade Runner.
Cyberpunk isn't bad. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I dislike Cyberpunk. Obviously, I don't dislike it. It's well made, good game, it's smooth, good, right? But it just didn't really.
Like with you.
I didn't replay it. It didn't give me. I don't really like the genre. Does that make sense? So Cyberpunk the game is the epitome of the what I don't really like about sci-fi. It
Right.
doesn't
So the reason
go
I enjoy
class.
Cyberpunk so
For
much.
me, Cyberpunk is supposed to be class analysis. If it doesn't reach the level of class analysis that I want in media, I don't really care about it, especially especially if it's cyberpunk, because the whole
Right.
basis
Well,
of cyberpunk is
the thing is with me
punk
is
rock and socialism and communism and
right.
getting rid of the system. So, for me, it has to have that. Cyberpunk
Well,
game did not have that.
Remember, Cruise of Oz. Remember, that was actually one of the first things we ever talked about. Was
mhm,
the politics of cyberpunk? Remember that? Huh,
mhm.
that takes me
Just
back.
doesn't go hard enough for me.
It doesn't
It
go hard.
does.
It may not go hard enough, but hey, I'm still gonna have a good time. I'm sure.
Yes, you will. I
Because
mean,
you
if
being political, you would.
you'll be
But
gaming,
at the same
right?
time, I believe in
You're
that you
also a
understand
Fire
people
Emblem
effective.
gamer, Rico. As a Fire Emblem player, you have unbelievably high standards for some
God,
reason.
goddamn, goddamn right I do.
Yes,
Like
yes, I do as well. Fire Emblem, you never go back. You just have this certain standard for games that's unreasonable.
because like put it like this, there are some parts where they like extend the knowledge of psychosis, but they mask it up with the word cyber. Because let's be honest, cyber psychosis is literally psychosis trained by cyberware. All it is.
Stop spoiling things for Rico.
Not a
We can
spoiler.
have this
Not a spoiler. That
conversation. We can have this
Rico would
conversation.
understand that if he watched the anime.
I watched
We
the
can have
anime.
this conversation.
Because he
I
warns
watched the
David.
anime. I
His
watched the
Ripper warns
anime.
David.
Rico,
Yeah.
you watched the fucking anime before you played the game,
Yes, I know. I know.
and you haven't seen Andor yet.
But you see my point when it
No,
comes
I
to
haven't.
schizophrenia, well, schizophrenia,
No,
but
All right,
psychosis,
Rico.
don't you,
no,
Rico?
Do you
no,
have
I have
Disney
not seen
Plus?
Andor yet.
I'll give you my Disney Plus.
I already have it. I just need to go sit down and watch it.
Listen, just watch at least the prison episodes in season. The first episode is definitely filler episode.exe, and episode 2 is definitely post filler episode.exe, and then 3 starts to take off, and then from there it's like whoop,
Let's stop here.
and then season 2 it starts out a little slow, and then you're like whoa, and it's one of the best TV shows you'll ever watch ever, and honestly, Star Wars will never be the same again. Same with
Hey,
Acolyte.
Hawkeye, did you ever ride the roller coaster?
The lightsaber battles in Star Wars Acolyte were the best lightsaber battles we've ever had. Point blank. Period. We're never gonna get choreography like that again. Japanese choreography of lightsaber battles, which are like actual swordsmanship. Oh shit, it was good.
I'm a fan of the choreography in general. I know I can't do shit.
Acolyte had the best choreography of all of the Star Wars.
I like the choreography mainly in like what was it? Like the show
Zooigi, good
that
to
was
see you.
before
Sorry, hold on.
what was it?
1 second.
Which show?
Zooigi, good to see you. Good morning. And goodbye, dude. Good luck
All
on
right,
those trophies.
Rico, my love. I know you're greeting people, but I'm gonna go to bed.
Yay! Sleep,
37, and
sleep
how
for
I see it,
you.
maybe you know, like what? So 4 hours, 8:37, right? So 30 more minutes. That's 9, right? So that's 5 hours, and then 20 minutes. So 5 hours and 20. If I go to sleep right now, with the thought of your beautiful voice in my head, I will pass right out, have sweet dreams, and then yeah, I'll come see your stream tomorrow night, baby boo. Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. See you tomorrow night, Rico. Cruising. Stay cruising.
What's up? Yeah, go ahead. Take care, buddy.
Rico, I'll get you outlaw. Don't worry.
Thank
Alright,
you.
peace out. Sorry if
Take
I
care.
was
No, no, no. Passionate people are a good thing in this fucking world. Don't let that go. You have a
oh,
good one.
thank you. That was sweet. I appreciate it. Good night, sweet potato friend. Peace out.
Let
Good night.
peace.
Passionate people do rule the world when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, passionate people are the ones who wouldn't have like politicians and stuff.
Come on in, grab a spot at the bar.
I've seen a lot of hunters in my day, and I gotta say, you're showing promise,
Hmm.
Cal.
How many bounties until I get a hat like yours?
Not a chance. I took this off my first target. It's a sentimental value.
How long you been a bounty hunter?
Long enough. And I know a killer in the making when I see one.
It's going well, Zwiggy. It's going well.
Rico, have I ever shown you the blessing that is Jamaican Power Ranger dub?
No, you have not.
I'm gonna send you a video and you're gonna love it. Where's my phone? My phone just kinda...
What up,
Why
Rico?
am I constantly... What's
Say,
up?
give me a second. Goodbye, dude. Good morning.
Good morning.
I can't find my phone. What the fuck happened to my phone?
I am enjoying the shit out of this game.
Good.
But I can't seem to get the other fucking bounties to trigger. Interesting. I only have 6
Weird.
more to go. I'm gonna keep resting and talking. Yeah, I'm trying to collect all the bounties because, you know, fuck it, why not?
So I'm more or less sure that I either pulled something or it is rib damage. Because when I did stretch, when you told me to, Rico, I was stretched again. And I could kind of like feel the bottom rib just kind of like feel disconnected.
Ew.
Hmm, that's concerning.
Right?
Like, oh god. So I'm gonna put in the chat of this call. If I can fucking find the goddamn video. There it is.
Oh, man.
Alright, sending now to the chat.
Steve, good morning.
And you're gonna love it.
Me too, Zwiggy. Goodbye, dude. How's that platinum coming along?
I need 2 trophies and they're the worst ones.
Just use the Konami code, bro. That's what I do. No, I'm stop. Behold, Rico, the chat, and witness the power of the Jamaican Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Steve, thank you for the follow. How are you today? And good morning.
Oh shit! I need to check if my phone money came into my account. Is that Ragda?
All right, let's see.
I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Go ahead, brother.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see.
Let's keep moving, buddy.
Let's see if I get the bounties now. Whoop, wrong way.
Maybe.
Give me more. I have 6 more to go. God damn it. And goodbye, dude. I have not slept. I tried, but couldn't.
Why not? Any reason, or your body's just not letting you?
Nope.
Fuck.
Welcome,
Do some
Rebel.
drugs.
Make yourself at home.
Now that you've proven yourself a
Good
proper
marriage to
hunter,
hoodoo.
you might as well play the part.
Like I said, I'm not looking to start a career in bounty hunting.
Uh-huh. Never heard that one before. First tip, expand your arsenal. Modded my blasters myself to boost my close game. Second tip, always arrive equipped in style. Makes people talk. You'll get more jobs that way. I was practically an amateur before I stole my jet boots. Then the jobs came pouring in.
Thanks, but I'm good.
Suit yourself. So don't come crying to me when you find yourself outplayed.
Damn it. No new bounty. Come on, lady. I'm at the end of the game, basically. Give me the bounty. I don't want to beat the game without finishing these bounties.
There is only the Force.
Did you Google them, see why you're not getting them?
I might have to Google this shit, yeah. And Steve, I'm doing great. Like I said, I just haven't slept. But I'm feeling fine.
Hey, Cal. Good to see you.
Thought Tormo's never doubled a bounty before. You got him twisted right up.
He did that to himself. You mentioned before that you used to work with Sork.
Yeah, it was a wild time. We made a lot of credits for more enemies.
Doesn't sound like the kind of relationship that lasts.
Things were good until they weren't. That's how it is with Sork. He'll sell you out for a stale turbo dog. Only a matter of time before he made his move. But I'm not an easy mark, Cal. You should know that by now.
Got any plans for today, Steve? Saying to you goodbye, dude. Do you work today?
I do not.
I should keep this for myself.
We do some shopping later for groceries, and I think that's about it.
Nice.
Try not to die.
Okay, so the bounties aren't popping up anymore. That's weird. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I'm Googling this shit. Hold on. Google, Google, Google is my best friend. Apparently, try starting the game.
Oh,
Yeah, probably. Some people are
You gotta start the game again, you said?
turn the game off, turn it back on.
Oh.
Some people are saying this shit's been bugged the whole game.
what game?
Jedi Survivor.
Hmm.
Like
Does
they
that
get
game
to
have a new game plus?
it does.
Well, that's one way to go about it then.
Indeed it is. Got that paid down. Got that paid.
So, all right, this should fix it. And Google gave me some answers. What I should do.
Google has all the answers. I mean, it doesn't have all the answers. I mean, still can't figure out why I can't get my life in order. Huh? No? No one? Dark joke? No? Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I was reading something.
You're good. Blueberry. Super sour.
Let me see. Okay, hopefully that fixed it.
Welcome, welcome. Make yourself at home.
We've carved through more than half the brew's finest, Cal. Think you're about ready to pick some signature moves.
Yeah? Like what?
Take my boots. They're inset with repulsor lifts for unrivaled speed and maneuverability. Plus, they look damn good.
I'll stick with what I know.
What you know might not save you from top-tier hunters. They're faster, stronger, and downright
Why is that
meaner
close
than
to
anyone
fucking-
you've faced so far.
Okay, that didn't fix it. She's still just talking to me. All right, so the other thing the game said is something about the debugging that you can do in the game.
Debugging.
Yeah, let me see. If restarting doesn't work, try toggling the legendary bounties in the debug menu. What debug menu? Debug menu. What's the debug menu? What the hell is the debug menu? Oh, probably for PC only. 'Cause this is Steam debug menu. PlayStation players are just kind of fucked.
That's fucking gay.
Shit.
What do you get for doing all the bounties anyways?
I don't really know what you get for doing
Monkey.
them all, other than a trophy. But she does have a shop. I've already bought most of the stuff though. I guess I might. I guess I've reached the end of the line on the bounties.
Until they fucking patch it and fix it.
Until they patch and fix it. This game's been out for a while now, so if they haven't fixed it yet, they're not gonna fix it.
Ah, that's disappointing.
Yeah. Oh well. Don't meow at me, kitty. Alright. Off me. Let me see.
Force is with me.
I'm gonna rest. Try talking to her one more
Let's
time. Turning the game off and on didn't fix it, so I think it just might be fucked. I could go find the last of the stems I'm missing. You know, the healing items. I'm missing 4.
Yeah, can do that.
Yeah, I guess I'll go do
Hey,
that.
Cal, good to see you.
Best selection in the system? Guaranteed. Say, I never told you how I got out of that bind with Sook, did I?
Don't tell me you cut a deal with him.
Ah, please. And I thought we were getting to know each other, Cal. I got tired of playing Sork's game. Did a bit of freelancing. Sork gets word and summons me to Ordo Eris.
But it was a trap.
Yeah, of course. Better to walk into the trap you know than the one you don't see. I strolled right into his fighting pit. His goons descend. Sork thinks he has me until I start singing.
Not where I thought this was going. How did that save you?
Everyone's got a weakness, and Sork's is obsession. He fell for someone once, long ago. Loverboy used to sing to him. Well, I found Loverboy. I told Sork if he ever moved against me, he'd never hear that sweet voice again. Ain't better.
Oh my.
Love will make you do crazy things like spare someone's
Oh
life
my.
when you really shouldn't.
What is it? What is it, mister?
Yep, it's not working. Okay, I'm gonna go find those stems. I gotta pull up the guide though, because I don't know where the fuck they're all at.
What are you trying to pick? Dog, it's paper. Try to eat. Stop trying to eat paper.
But the paper's
Fucking-
delicious.
Obviously. Well, I'm about to square up in my.
Oh shit, I think I might actually be able to sleep.
I swear, me and my cat are about to square up. Again, I'm. At this point, I just go out swinging.
Alright, I'm gonna try to get a little more sleep. Fuck it.
Alright,
Alrighty.
See you gentlemen later.
later.
Yeah.
At the shop, there's an option to spend